Hey everybody, and welcome to Japan News, Connecting Japan's bringing you some news from Japan. And today we're looking at a whole lot of different things. The first thing on the list is Japan is looking at trialing a 4-day work week. Now, you might be doing that where you are in Australia. I know a few people have tried it. And so this is actually focused directly on government officials, or komiwin is the word, public servants. There's about 460,000 public servants currently working in Japan. This is obviously focused more on those who are young married Japanese, those who haven't started families yet. So at the moment, the rate is 1.2 children per woman, and yes, obviously they're looking to boost their population. So we'll be keeping you guys posted on all of these things to see what happens into the future. So we wish them all the best, and who knows, it might actually go into different industries of Japan as well. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Anyway, the next one we're talking about is travel news, and this one is particularly exciting for James and myself. Suica and Pasmo cards are now back and reinstated in Japan, and we are very excited about that one. If you didn't know what they were, Suica, of course, is the travel card that is mainly used around Tokyo, although some other places it's actually usable as well, and Pasmo is mainly for Osaka, similar IC cards. We've talked about IC cards quite a bit, actually. Why did they disappear? Because of the little chip that was inside every one of these travel cards. There was a massive shortage. So much so that Japan actually started creating some of their own on home soil, and now they're back. So can we order them online here from Australia? So we don't have to go to the main railway stations in Japan? I can't tell you. We'll obviously have to check that out. But there is also one other thing you'll need to remember when you do go get your Pasmo or Suica, that you need to provide contact details and so on at the point of receiving your card in Japan. And remember to return it back to the main railway station where you got it from. Of course, if you don't want to go through all this, there is still the Welcome Suica card that was established during the chip shortage. And yes, it's still available. You can use it for 28 days, but unlike the Suica and Pasmo cards, there is no refund. So you need to use up all of the money that you have on it while you're still in Japan. Okay. And but both of these will actually have apps. So let's go have a look at those. The mobile Suica app, it's kind of exciting that there will be one. It's obviously in the infant stages at the moment and is only open to those who understand Japanese. There is no English at this stage yet. And yes, unfortunately, it is only available on Apple mobile phones at this stage as well. So we'll keep you posted on that one, and hopefully there'll be more languages open to that into the future. Also, the Welcome Suica will have its own dedicated app, and that will be available in spring 2025. So there's a few exciting things. We did hear somewhere along the line that digitization in terms of IC cards would happen, but there's also an alternative, which we're going to talk about: tap and go, using your credit card. Now, you may have seen some videos on some of the social platforms using this. Yes, it is available in Japan. However, it's not available in all areas. Tokyo, of course, will have some rail stations. You'll need to check those if you're going to use it. Osaka will have selected train lines. These are Kintetsu, Hankyu, and Hanshin lines. The rest of the Osaka subway will have this available in March 2025. So if you're planning a trip into the future, this is something very exciting for you, of course. Now, the big question is, which cards can I use? Well, of course, Visa, JCB, American Express, Diners Club, and Union Pay are all cards that you can use on Tap and Go for the rail stations where available. And if you have a digital wallet version of this, you can also use that as well. MasterCard, will we see that on their Tap and Go as well? Yes, that'll probably follow later on. Where can't I use it? Obviously, that not every railway station, as we already said, and the Shinkansen doesn't have this available at all yet. What you do need to know is obviously have the capability to use the Tap and Go with your app and your phone. You will need to let your bank know that you're actually using your card and obviously your digital card overseas. Regardless of whether you use the Tap and Go or not, it's a very wise precaution to take. If it doesn't work, as you know, this system of using your card doesn't work, please do have cash and or the Suica or Passmo card on you just in case. The next thing, of course, is the new refund system for tax-free shopping. I've never used tax-free shopping, so if you have an experience about that, leave that comment also below this video. The new system will come in 2026. We thought we'd bring it up because it's something, you know, if you're planning a trip that far down the track, it's always worth remembering. How will this work? Well, obviously there's a few changes. We'll go into those in a minute, but the biggest change, obviously, there is no 500,000 yen limit anymore, so that's great. There is a minimum of 5,000 yen, so obviously it has to be something higher than that value. Yes, it can be anything, but it has to be, it's only for tourists only, obviously. It has to be something you're taking home as a gift for yourself or for somebody else back to your home country, and you do need to keep the receipts. So very important to do that. You will need to pay full price when you purchase it. So how it will work is you purchase your items, keep your receipts, you're getting ready to leave. When you go to the airport, you present the receipts and your passport. Obviously, they'll check to make sure nothing's been touched, nothing's been used, and the money will go directly into your credit card. So that's how that system will work. Why did this system have to be implemented? There'd been a lot of compromising of the current system that they have in Japan. So there has been a need to change it up a little bit. So we're going to go move into another area now. Attractions. There's some attractions that have come up in the news. One of them is called the Shinjuku Ninja Live Show. This is in Tokyo. It's 90 minutes long. There will be a performance. One of the performers, of course, will be a well-known Olympic athlete who's Japanese. There'll be ninja skills on display, kabuki, which is a Japanese opera, and taiko drumming. Now, if you haven't seen that, go to a Japanese festival video. You'll see an example of taiko drumming there. It's quite fascinating. Will you need to have translations? No, because there's no words. A lot of kabuki is actually non-verbal, so yeah, it should be well worth a visit. There's a lot of visual effects and EDMs in this. When does it happen? During the week, midday, 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. The cost is 8,000 yen for adults. Children under 6 go free. It is best to book it online. They're saying in the news report that it's best to see this at night, so obviously 6 p.m. is the best time to see it. It is at WARP, W-A-R-P, Shinjuku Kabukicho district of Tokyo. Obviously the details are down in the comments. They are saying you need to get in there 30 minutes prior to the show starting, and there is bar facilities available as well. The other thing, going back to travel, Tokyo Metro has brought out a free tourist app. Obviously giving people options because the Tokyo Rail network is difficult to negotiate if you don't know your way around it. That works both on Apple and Android. There's a raft of different languages. English is obviously one of them. Korean, Chinese, Thai, French, and Spanish available. What kind of features does it have? It has fare comparisons, has ticket information, a guide, tips, a map, everything you need to negotiate yourself around the Tokyo Rail Network. Going into a different area now. This is to do with overpopulation. There are new fees that are going to be instituted into the tourist scene. The first one obviously is Mount Fuji. Mount Fuji's been in the news this year a fair bit because of something we'll talk about in a minute. The Mount Fuji entrance will be 2,000 yen. Now there'll be a cap on how many can climb the mountain. It'll be about 4,000 per day. Obviously, not only because people want to, for those who want to go up and down, there is accommodation. And if you've seen any videos, I highly recommend seeing Abroad in Japan climbing Mount Fuji one. He's done a couple of those. There is limited accommodation if you choose to stay during the night. Now, going back to the screens, of course, part of the reason for that was typhoons. If you've ever gone through Southeast Asia or Asia in general, through the late summer, typhoon activity can be a bit dicey. It can be everything from really bad windy conditions to heavy rain. So obviously there's there for protection. Obviously you've seen the videos, you've seen the media about tourists behaving badly, and they've already said they've been good so far. Should it flare up again, then they will put the screens back. Going to another location, Miyajima Island, is going to have 100 yen tax. This is in addition to the ferry to get there. It aids in providing maintenance to the amenities. Obviously, tourism being a big thing, things wear down and they need extra care. So that's pretty straightforward. The city of Osaka is possibly, and there's no real concrete timelines or anything at the moment, possibly April 2025, where they have an additional 100 to 300 yen on top of the accommodation tax. It's saying it's tentative. We don't know any more than that, but be aware if you go into the region in that time period that's a possibility. Hakone Heights Hot Springs. This is an additional one again for the same reasons of improving infrastructure and services in the area. If you stay overnight, it's 150 yen. If it's just a day pass, 50 yen. And Niseko Hokkaido will also be taxing on rooms based on accommodation as well. And you'll see more of those details in the link that we'll give you, so you can compare how much it will be for how long you're staying. Okay, that aside, the tourists have now got an E-Pass Premium available for you if you're going to Osaka. Now, I don't have much information on the cost of this, but it sounds pretty great. There's lots of benefits to having this E-Pass. It'll be a key to getting around the city. It'll give you access to 9 Osaka must-see sites that we're going to mention in a moment. Enjoyment of daytime and nighttime entertainment, and it's valid for a day, which is great. What it does include is the Umeda Sky Building Green Observatory, Hanki 300, Osaka Castle Tower, Tsutenkaku Tower, and the dive and walk that goes with that, Tombari River Cruise, Santa Maria Cruise, and Spa World Osaka, which is Hot Springs Extravaganza. And that can be, the Santa Maria Cruise can be by day, at the daytime or sunset, depending on what you want. What to know, it only goes from the start of the day till the evening. There's no rollover if you get it at night. You need to show your QR code, and you can't repeat entry into these events. So once you go into it once, that's it. Okay. The other thing is Kyoto is actually putting in a new express bus service. So this is an additional service to what there currently is to cope with the large numbers of tourists that visit. 500 yen for an adult and 250 yen for children. One of the ones most exciting on this list for me is the Nintendo Museum in Kyoto. Yay! Interactive activities. You can see historical products. I know there's a few in there that I would love to see. You can play some of the board games and some of the controllers and all sorts of things. It's lots of stuff to do. Where is it? It's in Uji City, UJI City, Kiyono, 25 minutes from Kyoto, and the nearest station is Ogura, Ogura station. So that's where you need to get off. What to know, you must have a Nintendo account, and you must enter what they have is a lottery. So probably step 1, book 3 months ahead, obviously once you've got your Nintendo account. The lottery will be mentioned at the first of each month, and then purchased online. The costs are as followed. Adults will have 3,300 yen entry, teens 2,200 yen, 6 to 11-year-olds 1,100, and children under 5 can go free. The first Tuesday of each month it will be closed, and you can buy online and save about 200 yen. So, you know, if money is tight, it's probably a good deal. Yep. And I'm going into the next attraction when I'm saying that. That deal is for Team Labs, my bad. That 200 yen deal is for the Team Lab art. If you've never seen it before, Team Lab is really big deal. You see it on socials a lot. You can buy that online, and that's where the 200 yen bit comes into it. What do you need to do? Wear outdoor clothing and comfortable shoes because you'll need it. Yes, that is closed the first Tuesday of every month. My bad. We've had a few issues with the filming today. What else is available if you go to the Team Lab? This one is at Ibaraki, and the city is Kita Ibaraki. The cost is 2,200 yen. And the children are 800 yen. You can also go to a nearby hot spring in addition to the Team Lab art, so you don't just travel out there and not do anything else. And you can go glamping. Glamorous camping, why not? Okay guys, this has been a long video. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed the bonus video. What will we do next time? We'll probably do some hiking in the Cranmer Botanical Gardens again, and we'll do some more New Year's cooking. Okay, from all of us in Connected Japan, have a great Christmas, guys. You can see it all here, and we'll see you next time. Jama today. Merry Christmas.